Hi there. I was just reading this amazing book, The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. And there's a chapter in here called The Truth That Sets You Free. And it really resonates about so much I read and my personal experience around kind of visualization and kind of manifestation. I really struggled for a long time with the law of manifestation or law of attraction. Just think it and you'll receive it. And I think one of the reasons I struggled was I didn't really get it or understand it in a way that kind of resonated with me, and maybe I misunderstood it. But let me give you an example. For me, there's kind of three ways of approaching life. And this is not truth, this is the model, see what resonates with you. One is that we strive to create those things we think we want or need in life, whether it's the promotion, the success in business, the relationship, even the baby. And we're striving for that situation, that circumstance, that outcome. And when we're doing that, we're putting all our power into that external situation. In some way, we think we're not going to be as happy until we get there. So the happiness goes into that external circumstance or situation, so it almost disempowers us and puts all the power into this physical life and circumstances. Another approach is, I guess, more my kind of previous understanding of the law of attraction was just think it in, think what you want. You want the Ferrari, think the Ferrari in. And for me, that puts the power, all the power into this external kind of metaphysical energy behind life. And two things about that. One is that a lot of people can do that by striving. They might say doing it because they're scared of not getting those things they think they need. And getting it disempowers, it puts all the power into this metaphysical energy behind life. Now, I do believe there is a metaphysical energy behind life. For me, it's God, life, the divine, universe, whatever words you want to put around it. We can't comprehend it fully in our human experience. But there's energy behind life that I believe is loving and divine and creative. It's the energy behind everything that is in the world is created. It's the design behind life. So for me, we're made of it. We're part of that energy. So we co-create our life with it. So even I often quote the Bible, the God within us. That is it. That's God within us. We're made by that energy. We co-create our life with it. So what does that mean when it comes to creating what you want in your life? And more I kind of understood about including visualization. There's a Scottish kind of scientist that studied the mind-body link and the placebo effect. And he used to work for a pharmaceutical company. Realised, well, how come this placebo effect when they test their new drugs? It's quite effective. What's that about? How does that work? And so Dr. David Hamilton, he just studied the placebo effect and the power of the mind. He was amazed. He completely changed career to dedicate his life to educating people around the power of the mind and visualization. He coined the term feelingsization. And it's the same I hear in all sorts of people who teach about law of attraction and creating more of the life you want over the decades, going back to even Napoleon Hill. I think he wrote his book in like the 30s. Wallace Wattles wrote The Science of Getting Rich. Joe Dispenza, another kind of more later, current day kind of writer about creating more of the life you want. Now they all talk about this similar thing. They talk about thinking about the thing you want to create in your life and think about the feeling that gives you. Now even I struggled with that for a while until I've had these experiences of my life of really letting go of the stories that I lived my life through, my insecurities, the childhood patterns I picked up that I wasn't loved unless I demonstrated my value to people. And that's what I unconsciously learned from my parents. And they loved me unconditionally, but that's what I picked up as a child. Often we pick up these messages, these signals from way adults and people are behaving around us. And over time, I begin to let go of those. And that's what I do with my clients, let go of these stories. And for me, it's about coming home. I mean, for years, for me, I was trying in hard. Life felt like a hard work, like a burden to try and get to a place of feeling at home, feeling free, feeling at peace, feeling secure, feeling able just to be me, to relax into life. For me, life was a struggle to get to that feeling, that place of home. It's like running through a maze, trying to navigate my way there, working harder and harder to get to that feeling of being content and at peace. And the thing is, we are home. That was the biggest revelation for me too. I'm home. I'm loved and accepted for who I am. I'm made this by this energy behind life. I'm home. I don't have to keep striving for that sense of peace and security and well-being. It's within me. It's who I am. I can live life from that space. So for me, it's living inside out rather than outside in. And living from that space, it's much easier for me to connect into that feeling of contentment and peace and anything you want in life. I often ask prospective clients, and I've had a baby, what would it give you? And it's often kind of peace or completeness or purpose. It's a feeling, it's an experience that we're actually seeking. And the more we realise we're home, we realise we have that experience now. And from that space, that's where the magic in life happens. Not just the magic of having a baby, but all sorts of things we want to create into our lives comes from that space. And that's why these people, Joe Dispenza, and people say, if you want to create something in your life, live from the place of it as if you've got it already. Live as if you've got it already. In fact, I was going to read from, we find that chapter again from this Neville Goddard. He's just saying here, form a mental image, a picture of the state desired, of the person you want to be. So it's creating the state you want to know. So rather than the thing you want, it's the state you get having got it. And the more you connect to that state, you're living from that place, your mind, to create those things you want in your life. And for me, when we realise we're home, we realise we have those states already. And life becomes much more easy, more flow to it. So that's kind of my message today, is really, you're home. And I love working with my clients to bring them home. There's often a time, their realisation, their feeling, and sit in this feeling of being at peace, at one. I often say, welcome home. Welcome home, because for me, that's what it feels like. So if it's time for you to find that feeling of home, get in contact, drop me an email, and let's have a chat to see if I can help you find that place of home. Stop striving and forcing and struggling to realise you're okay. You're okay, you're loved. This energy behind life doesn't demand anything of you, doesn't require anything of you. And often we don't realise that because this busy mind stops us really feeling it and understanding it, because it really thinks we're not okay unless we create X, Y, Z, or unless we do A, B, or C. You really are okay. You can really come home. For me, it was an experience of like coming off the cross. It's like step off the cross. You don't need to be on the cross anymore. You can stop feeling life as a burden. You've got nothing to carry right now. You are okay in this moment. And for me, that was a life-changing experience, and it continues to build on that as I continue to be grounded to that feeling of home. So maybe it's time for you to come home. And when you come home, that's where the magic happens in life.